Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody doing on this beautiful day? It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I mean, it's outstanding. My name is Claudia Fitzgerald Richardson Sr., better known as C. Rich, and it's a plum pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege to be with you all this afternoon. I'm so excited today. It's hump day, as they say. It's hump day in the house, and I believe in getting over the hump. And one thing that can get us over the hump is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still doing what it's doing, and I hope that you are getting as much of it as you can. At the end of the day, make sure that Bitcoin is in your wallet. Guys, I actually was been in the cryptocurrency space now since 2013. I'm sorry, 2017. Let me get this music here just one quick second. There we go. Since 2017, I was introduced to Bitcoin for the first time in 2010, not knowing 10. That's funny. 2010, and not really understanding what it was all about. Someone came to me and just told me that it was this thing called Bitcoin that was coming out. So we heard about it, didn't really know very much about it, just thought that it was going to be replacing the nickels, dimes, quarters in our pocket, and we kept it moving. And so from 2010, 2017, no one mentioned cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, anything like that to me at all. And then in 2017, I was told that Bitcoin now was $800 and that we needed to get in. Well, the fact that I could have did it when it was 10 cents, I was hurt. So I kind of licked my wounds and went on about my business, thought I missed it. And then they came back a few days later and asked me what was I going to do because it was now $1,200. At that point is when I found out that Bitcoin had the potential of appreciating, and I was told that it was going to go to $3,500 by the end of that year, and we could get in right now for $1,200, and that we needed to let all our friends and family know. So, ladies and gentlemen, I went in full effect, and I started telling everybody that the Bitcoin was coming. The Bitcoin was coming, and I felt like Paul Revere running through the town, telling everybody that Bitcoin was coming, right? And so from that point, our office went from real estate and marketing to Bitcoin. And all of a sudden, we went from getting a little bit ourselves and telling everyone to our office was doing over $150,000 every 2 days, to the point that we put a broker in our office. And when you would pass by our office, you would think that it was a police convention, because all of the policemen, the Dallas Police Department was in our office buying Bitcoin because they heard that the Bitcoin was coming, ladies and gentlemen. And so it was a secure place too, because nobody would ever come to think about robbing there, because it looked like we were surrounded by police all the time. It was a beautiful situation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were wrong. Bitcoin did not go to 3,500 at the end of that year. Bitcoin went up to 5,000. It went up to 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 17,000. You can imagine how excited we were getting. And it went all the way up to $19,600 at the end. By the end of that year, we looked like heroes. We were singing in the streets, throwing Bitcoin. You get a Bitcoin, you get a Bitcoin. We giving away Bitcoin. It was just that exciting, right? We didn't know. We didn't know that we should have been holding on to more of it, because then people were taking our Bitcoin too. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you now that since that time we've learned a lot, that we've been living off of Bitcoin now for the last 3 years. That's right, for the last 3 years. So those of you that think that you can't live off of Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is something that's not real, I'm here to let you know that you can pay your bills with Bitcoin. You can put your Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, on a card that looks like this. And on this card, you're able to transfer your money from your Bitcoin wallet to this card and send it there, and then pay just like you would pay with any other credit card. So I want to let you know that this thing is real, it's happening, and you can make a living off of it. Well, in that process of seeing many different platforms, I'm proud to announce that we finally found a home. We finally found a safe place. We finally found a place that's not a promise to pay, but an instant pay. And I want to introduce to some and present to others. Boy, my mouth is really tongue-tied this morning. And present to others an opportunity of a lifetime, I feel, with a 100% decentralized crowdfunding blockchain and Bitcoin, and it's called QTrex. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get a couple of housekeeping out the way and kind of share with you that, what I'm about to share with you, that this webinar is provided for general information purposes only, and does not constitute legal or professional advice. All content shared here is subject to change based on real-time world events affecting the cryptocurrency marketplace, which has shown to be volatile, and changes can occur on a day-to-day basis. QTrex is not an investment platform. QTrex does not sell or market securities, and neither do I. QTrex is a state-of-the-art marketing system that offers an opportunity for the people and by the people. I love to say that, by the people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be excited about what we're going to talk about today, because we're not going to talk about just one platform, but we're going to talk about multiple platforms. And that's why I'm so excited about this QTrex thing, as people say. You still going to do that Bitcoin thing? Yes, I am. The powerful part about this platform is that I've actually done each of these individually. So for QTrex to bring them all to the table, all under one umbrella, is pretty exciting. And so first of all, we're going to start with the blockchain. The blockchain, ladies and gentlemen, is the deal. I know we talk about Bitcoin and we talk about all the other coins and all that, but the blockchain is the technology that is literally going to change how we do business as we know it today. The blockchain is like the internet was in 1994. Some of you may remember. If you look at some old articles, go back to your YouTube, because before the internet, there was no YouTube, right? So the internet, now you can go to the YouTube and look at what was being said about the internet in 1994. It will blow you away when you think about where the internet is today. Well, that's how it is with the blockchain. The blockchain is the best kept secret out there, but the whole world is participating in it. It is a open ledger for the world to see, and it is the internet for cryptocurrency. It is what all of our cryptocurrency, our encrypted information is traveling on. Like emails travel on the internet, cryptocurrency and encrypted information is traveling on the blockchain, the future, right? Smart contracts. And by the way, QTrex is built on the blockchain. Smart contracts. We are a smart contract. We call it ourselves a smarter contract because we're doing it in Bitcoin. Most smart contracts are done in Ethereum, which is another cryptocurrency. But this particular smart contract, we're doing it in Bitcoin. And when we talk about smart contracts, we're talking about digitizing and encrypting all of the necessary information that's needed to move forward in a transaction that you're doing to get the things what's being offered on the table. It's all done in a smart contract and placed on the blockchain. And when you bring cryptocurrency with that smart contract, then it becomes signed, sealed, and delivered. No need for a middleman, no need for a bank, no need for a car dealership, no need for a title company, no need for, it's all packaged, right, in a smart contract. And at that point, you now have a deal that can't be changed. That's why they call it a smart contract. No one can go in and finagle it, defraud you, or anything. It is on the blockchain for all the world to see, but it's encrypted, and you have to have the transactional ID information to understand who's all the parties are. So I love that part about it. What you're also going to find about this incredible platform is that we have two different pay systems all combined in here as well. We have the Matrix and we have the Unilevel. Now the Matrix, ladies and gentlemen, what I love about this matrix is that it's different from the matrix that you all see participating on your jobs right now. On the matrix in your jobs right now, you pretty much, we all start at the bottom, right? And you have to work your way up to the top because you got the CEOs, the presidents, vice presidents, the regionals, the districts, the locals, right? The store ships, all the people, right? And then you got all the us's who they're managing. That's the matrix that most of us are accustomed to. We are the ones that took the red pill. We're the ones that we want to know, how deep does the rabbit hole go? We want to know, how high will Bitcoin go? That's us, right? And we start at the top of this thing, and we come together as a unit, and we work together as a community to help each other acquire and accumulate Bitcoin. Now, the other part of our pay system is the Unilevel. So when people ask me, Cardi, what's the catch? Uh-oh, something just happened. So, okay, can you see me now? Nod your head if you can see me. All right. I don't know, that was an update, something weird happened there. Just so we get ready to talk about the money, right? So we talk about the Unilevel. People say, what's the gotcha? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are the gotcha. You are the gotcha. So when you look at the fact that we can get involved in this incredible platform and share with as many people about how we can accumulate Bitcoin, you would think that we want to tell everybody. So when people ask me, Claudia, what's the catch? What's the catch? Ladies and gentlemen, you are the catch. It's you. You're the catch. Because here's the deal, and that's why it's called the unilevel. It starts with a U. If you don't tell nobody, then guess what? Your crowdfund won't work. If you have any kind of business, a shoe store, a clothing store, a restaurant, whatever, if you don't share your business, if you don't share your crowdfund, if you don't share this platform, then the success of you making this will be slim to none. Because again, it's about us sharing, not about us selling, not about us convincing. What we're doing right now is sharing information. So you are the one that can make this go as fast or as slow as you want your crowdfund to grow, right? Because again, the next part of this is crowdfunding. In 2012, President Obama signed the Build Jobs Act. And in that Jobs Act, it gave individuals like you and I the opportunity to raise capital without having to get SEC licensing and go through all of that, or get accredited investors and do that whole process. Why? Because in crowdfunding, you can take a lot of people who participate and bring in $5, $10, $50, $100, $2,000, $10,000, $100. Everyone is what? Participating and bringing all the funds together for a particular cause. Your cause is your cause, but what we're accumulating is Bitcoin. That is what this platform is here for us to accumulate Bitcoin. And why Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is the future, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is the new gold 2.0. Bitcoin is why we're so excited and why we're here today. Because remember, we said that it was less than a penny a few years ago, and now it's over $23,000 a day. Bitcoin is the deal, and we are crowdfunding that with this incredible platform. So when you think about other crowdfunds, like GoFundMe and Kickstarter, Fundly, Indiegogo, Fundable, Rocket Hub, Crowd, all these different platforms, right, are all a part of the Jobs Act. They're a byproduct of the Jobs Act. And so you now have people crowdfunding for fundraisers, personal funds, nonprofits and charities, businesses, family occasions. All of those are being done today in a crowdfund manner. But here at QTrex, we're doing it in Bitcoin. Now, when you look at the history of money, and we think about how back in the day, when they were bartering, when you had a cow and I had a chicken, I gave you some eggs, you gave me some cheese, you gave me some milk, I gave you some chicken, you gave me some beef, and we would barter back and forth. We would bring our products to the marketplace and we would exchange with one another. And the deal with that is that we all felt that our products were more valuable than the other. And then they introduced gold. And we found out that there was gold in them dirt hills, right? Have you heard that before? It's gold in them dirt hills. And when they found out about that gold, everybody was running for the gold. We had the gold rush, right? And so the key was, or the golden rule was, that he that hath the gold rules. So everybody wanted the gold. So the powers that be, they gathered up more gold than everybody else. Matter of fact, they finally decided that, hey, let's take this gold from everybody because we need it, right? Exchange it for paper, toilet paper, and tell them that it's money. $100, $20, $10, $50. That's what they did. But they said, we're going to back it with gold. And then in 1971, Nixon came along and took the gold away. And then we just had just the paper. But we still believe that it had value, even to this day. Matter of fact, we call it fiat, meaning that there's no value there. It's just what we say that it is, right? It's controlled by the governments, right? And so we went from gold to paper money to plastic, digital. We went to digital money back when Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, because you didn't want to be carrying around all of that cash, and you can do what? Send money over the line, over the wires, right? And then online transfers came, and then you had your Western Unions, your MoneyGrams, your Cash Apps, your Venmos, your Zelles, your wire transfers, all of those PayPals, right? Square, all of those companies came about, and we all understood that as well. Now tell me this, why is it that when cryptocurrency came along, we all pushed back from it? We all didn't understand it. Nobody wanted to be involved in it. Nobody's talking about it. The mainstream is keeping it quiet. They don't want us to know about the Bitcoin. They don't want us to know about cryptocurrency. Why? Because it represents freedom. They don't own it. They own the US dollar. They own the yen. They own the Deutschmark. They own the pound, right? But when it comes to cryptocurrency, you own it. When it's in your wallet, it's your money, right? It's your Bitcoin. No one can come in there and take it out like they can in your bank account. You can never get a freeze on your wallet and they take your, you can't do it. So because of that, shh, don't tell them about that. We want to get all of the Bitcoin first. Matter of fact, let's tell them lies and tell them that it's not real and that it's a farce and that only bank robbers and murderers and people from North Korea, they're the only ones that are dealing with that, right? And in the background, they were taking and buying up all of it. And even to this day, that's what's happening right now. So when we look at the history of cryptocurrency, of Bitcoin, in 2009, it was less than a penny. In 2010, when I heard about it, it was 10 cents. Nobody told me that it went to $1 in 2011. I would have bought it. No one told me that it went to $10 in 2012. I definitely would have bought it. No one told me that in 2014 it went to 500. They definitely didn't tell me when it went back down to 290. They didn't share with me when it was at right and 500 again in 2016. I heard about it in 2017. And at that point, it was 800, went to 1,200, right? And went all the way up to close to $20,000. In 2018, went back down to 16. 2019, went down to 10. And then here we are today, ladies and gentlemen, in 2020, and it's over $23,000. Is that incredible? That is why, shh, they don't want you to know about it, right? So when you look at Bitcoin now, it is the gold 2.0. Its value can purchase over 10 ounces, close to 11 ounces of gold. When we got started in Bitcoin, Bitcoin and gold were the same price, about $1,200. Gold right now is between $1,900, right? $1,900, and Bitcoin is over $23,000. So wouldn't you agree that Bitcoin is a gold 2.0? Forbes, even the people who know money and talk about money and only associated with money, is talking about Bitcoin now. And Forbes is saying that Bitcoin could hit over $300,000 in 5 years, even without institutional adoption, even without the banks, even without the big boys. Bitcoin can still hit $300,000 without it. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's too late, because the institutions are involved. PayPal put 50 billion in, right? They said, hey, we money. If we are going to talk about anything, we're going to talk about the future of money, and that's Bitcoin. They put their money where their mouth is and put a $50 billion stimulus check for Bitcoin. Is what they did. Square came out and did 50 million. They said, hey, we're not going to leave us out. We're in the money game too. They bought 4,709 Bitcoin for over $50 million. Yes, they did. And then all of a sudden, Mass Mutual joins the club, right? And they said, shoot, we're going to do 100 million. We're going to do 100 million Bitcoin. That's what's happening. The wealthy and the institutions are waking up. And they're no longer telling us to not buy Bitcoin, because they're buying all of it, right? They're snatching up. They don't even care about the price. They're buying it as it is, because right now, big tech execs like Skype co-founder, he keeps all his personal wealth in crypto. Intercom's chairman firmly jumped onto the Bitcoin wagon. The Warren Buffetts, the 50 Cents, the Gwyneth Paltrow's, the Oprah Winfrey's, they're all getting involved in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, if the wealthy decide that they want to get in Bitcoin, they're not buying just one Bitcoin. They're buying millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So we have an opportunity right now, before all of them find out about it and there's no more Bitcoin left, and then we just buying and selling from each other, because that's what's going to take place, which is going to drive the price out. So what we're doing is that we have a campaign. LibertyX has announced a campaign called Bitcoin on Every Block. Because the wealthy are getting involved, and hey, it's getting ready to go mainstream, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin on every block, where consumers can now use cash to purchase Bitcoin with LibertyX at 20,000 retail locations around the US, including all the major convenience stores that we know today, your 7-Elevens, your CVS pharmacies, your Rite Aids, your ATM machines. All of that is happening right now today as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. No longer is the Bitcoin coming, the Bitcoin is here. The Bitcoin is here. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. It's here right now. It's happening. And we have to wake up and let everybody understand that it is here to stay. You can buy houses with Bitcoin. You can buy Bentleys with Bitcoin. You can buy a car, any kind of car you want with Bitcoin. You can just about buy anything you want with Bitcoin. And the one thing that you should be trying to figure out is, what can you do to get paid or to acquire Bitcoin? Well, guess what? Drum roll, please. QTrex, where you can get involved for as little as 50 USD or all the way up to 100,000 USD on this incredible platform to be able to acquire Bitcoin. And there is absolutely no cap to your earning potential. You can get started with QTrex, and we have several packages for you to choose from Q1 all the way up to Q13. Q1, $50. $50 plus a $33 annual fee. $33 to be able to make as much Bitcoin as you can accumulate, right? As just as much as you want for $33 a year. So 50 plus 33, you in business, right? You can go to the Q2 for 75, Q3, 125, Q4, 250, Q5, 500. So let's say that you want to do Q5 and you start at the 500. You notice the numbers in the middle, they're cumulative, right? So before you do the Q5, you have to do the Q1 at 50. Then the Q2 at 125, then the Q3 at 250, and then the Q4 at 500 for a total for another 500, which is $1,000 if you wanted to come in at the Q5 level. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Every level that you choose to come in on, those are the levels that you get paid on as well. Let me share with you how this works. Remember we talked about the pay system where we had the matrix and the unilevel? Well, this is how it breaks down. Every package that's chosen is split 50-50. 50% goes into the upper queue, which is the unilevel, and 50% goes into the lower queue, which is the 1x3 matrix. Now, what's exciting about that, you are able to get instant direct payments till infinity for life, and they work simultaneously at the same time. While you're getting it in the upper queue, you're receiving it in the lower queue as well. I love it. And this is how the upper queue works. All of the BTC in the upper queue is all yours. First of all, let's get that out the way, except for the pass ups. The pass ups is our way of thanking the person that told us about this incredible platform. Because if you don't share it with your friends and family and neighbors and associates, the chances of someone else sharing them with them could be a year from now, 6 months from now. Imagine what the price of Bitcoin will be then, and if you decide not to tell them about it, or if the person that told you decided to not tell you about it. So the pass-ups is our way of thanking them, and it's our way of coming together on the crowdfund, the community. So the first person that you share this with, 50% is going into that upper queue, right? So if a person chose the $1,000 package, right? What's going to happen is that 500 is going to go into the upper queue, the unilevel. The other 500 is going to go into the lower queue. So your first person who you introduce, you are going to receive 100%. I'm sorry, of the 100% of the 50% of their participation of what level that you're on. So if you're on the Q1, the Q2, the Q3, the Q4, the Q5, Q6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? You're going to receive those levels of contribution. If you're only on Q1, you will only receive the contributions on Q1. So your first person, you're going to receive that 50%. Your second person, you're going to receive that 50%. The third person, remember that contribution is going to go up to your sponsor, not the person, just the contribution. Your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th all go directly to you. The 10th, again, is going to go to your sponsor. Wouldn't you give up one to get 10? Because if you told 10 people and you gave up your third, guess what all 10 of them have to do? Give up their third to you as well. So when you give up the contributions on your third person, so will all of them do the same thing. But you only will benefit in the upper queue from your chosen package levels of participation. Now, on the lower matrix, on the 1x3 matrix, it works the same way. The same person who's number one on the top is the same person that's number one on the bottom. Now, here's the deal. 50% went up, 50% went down. And so you're going to receive on your first person, that entire 50% is coming to you. Do you like that? I love it. Now, the second person, same thing. It's coming to you. The third person, remember, it's a 1 by 3, which means that 1, 2, 3, you cycle. So your third person, that contribution is going to go up to your sponsor, just like on the upper queue, right? So the beautiful part about that is that that third person can change, because this 1 by 3 matrix, it cycles over and over again. Every time it cycles, a new matrix is created and new people fall into those spaces, or the same people fall in those spaces, and they cycle through again. Now, let me share with you how that works, because you can only benefit on the lower queue from your chosen package level of participation, just like the upper queue. You'll only be able to participate on those levels. Now, what you're gonna love about that part is that, let's say that you came in at the Q7 and you told Joe. Joe came in at the Q1. He's excited, he's ready to go. Joe told Jim. Jim came in at the Q1. Jim told Sue, she came in at the Q1. Most time people will come in at the same level that you came in, but not Bob. Sue came in at Q1, but Bob said, hold up, hold up, hold up. You're telling me that based on the level that I participate in, I will be able to receive those contributions on those higher levels as well? Absolutely. Bob said, well, shoot, I'm coming in at the Q5 then. So he came in at the Q50, the Q75, the 125, the 250, and the 500 for a total of $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. But Sue, who told Bob, she's only going to receive $50 because that she's on the Q1, and she's going to receive 25 in the upper queue, 25 in the lower queue. And that's all that she will receive, because that's the only level that she's participating in. Now, the difference in that is going to come to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to go to Sue. It's not going to go to Jim or Joe, because they're all Q1s. Well, you are a Q7, and therefore the difference of that $50 to that 1,000, that 950 is coming directly to you. I hope you like that. Also, the way that the 1 by 3 matrix works, the lower Q, is that, let's say that you told Joe. You only told Joe, you haven't told your second person yet, and Joe told his second person, his first person, and he also told his second person. You still haven't told your second person yet, but Joe tells his third person. Ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3, cycle. Joe is going to pay you, and he's going to take your second position, even before you put one there. Well, guess what? Joe's not done. He's going to tell his fourth person, his fifth person, his sixth person, and Joe's going to cycle again. And because he's cycling again means that he's going to pay you again, and he's going to take your third spot even before you put your second spot in, right? Well, because it's your third spot, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Joe just cycled you as well. And now your sponsor is going to get paid from the activities of what Joe is doing. Everybody loves Joe. Joe getting everybody paid. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When that third person hits your matrix, right, you now are going to cycle, and you now are going to get a new matrix. Do you like that? You have an opportunity to get that matrix filled up again by people falling in and paying you again. You still haven't told your second person. Joe is just going to work. Joe, by the way, is going to tell his seventh person, his eighth, and his ninth person, and he's going to cycle again. The beautiful part about the matrix is that all of your personal people who you sponsor and tell about this platform, they're going to follow you through your matrix. So when you get a new matrix, guess what? Joe is going to follow you over to your matrix and pay you again. You've gotten paid 4 times by Joe, or 3 times, and 1 passed up, right? And you haven't even brought your second person in. How many Joes would you like? Or Sues, right? You want as many as you can, and this is going to pay you over and over. The matrix gets pretty exciting, ladies and gentlemen. It works just like that. But remember, you only participate in the contributions on the levels that you're involved in. So if you're only on Q1, you'll only receive Q1 contributions. So what's the moral to the story? Level up, ladies and gentlemen, level up. Because at the end of the day, no matter which package you choose, make sure that you choose to tell someone else about it, right? You want to tell them about the Q1, the Q2s, let them decide. Because those who you think will won't, and those who you think can, can't. So don't you prejudge them. Let them look at this. Don't you sell them. Let them look at the program. Let them look at the information and say, you know what? They're going to say, see, Rich, I see myself getting in on that Q4. I sure do. I can get in on that Q4 because I know a lot of people that need to get some Bitcoin. They all thought that they had to pay what? $20,000 to get one of them when they could get a fraction of it, starting as little as $50. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of that's how our money works. That's how the platform works. It's a smart contract on the blockchain, and we're getting paid simultaneously on the unilevel and the matrix as we choose the packages and share this information with as many people as we can. Now, for those of you that want to get started, all that you have to do is set up a blockchain, a free blockchain, by the way. Once you set that blockchain up, decide where you're coming in at, the Q1, Q3, make your great contact list, the money motivated people. You want people to understand that they need a plan B. You want people to understand that, hey, they got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. They got to be tired of watching the government take almost $1 trillion of our tax money that we have to pay back. And oh, by the way, here's your 600 of that trillion. Can you imagine getting $600 out of $1 trillion? I mean, what is that? You know, but we're supposed to be happy about that. Amazing. We have to do our own stimulus package, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, you need to set some goals, schedule for the next 10 to 15 weeks with a small group of people, and you all set out to reach the goals that you are wanting to accomplish in life and start dreaming again. And whatever you are thinking, I want you to think bigger. Think bigger, because this is Bitcoin, baby. The sky is the limit. Again, we are the ones that chose the red pill. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with those of you that can stick around just for a quick moment. And as Elizabeth Taylor told her 8th husband, I'm not going to keep you long, a small team with a plan. Y'all gonna get that on the way home, right? A power of a small team with a plan. Let's say that you chose 5 people. 5 people that you locked arms with, you shared this program with, and they decided that they have some goals that they want to accomplish too. Now, let's see what happens with that, because those 5 people, they're going to, the goal is that you're going to get them just to share with 3 people. When they do that, ladies and gentlemen, you are only going to get paid on 4 of them. Why? Because your 3rd person is going to where? Or your 3rd contribution is going to who? Your sponsor, right? So each one of your individuals' 3rd person is coming to you as well. So you're going to receive 4 payments, plus you're going to receive a pass up on each of the 5, which is 5 payments. And here we're going to share with you how 5 people telling 3 people we're going to produce to you 9 payments on every level. I'm going to say that again. 5 partners telling 3 partners is you will receive 9 payments on every level. And let me share with you how that breaks down. This is something that you might want to take notes on, because it's powerful how the math works on this. So starting at Q1, $50, that's your contribution, right? Plus your $33. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? All 9 of those individuals, right? The 4 plus the 5 are going to also pay $50, which means that you're going to receive $450. Do you like that? Now you have enough to take out 75 to go to Q2. And you'll have 375 left over. For those that just told 3, you'll have 175 left over. Now that you've gone to Q2, and now you're going to receive 9 payments of $75. Everyone's going to level up, right? Everyone's going to go from Q1. We're all going to go to Q2. Those same 5 individuals, right? And so now you're going to receive 675 payments in Bitcoin on Q2 alone. You have enough to take out Q3 for 125, which leaves you a total of 550 plus the 375 from Q1 for a total of $925 in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crowdfunding at its finest. We're talking about instant pay. We're not talking about promise to pay. When these individuals level up, they're leveling up and going directly in your wallet. QTrex is not like the other platforms that they take in the money, right? They hold it for a certain day, and then they take their proceeds, their percentage out, and send you the difference. Here, the Bitcoin is going directly into your wallet. Now you're at Q3. 9 payments of 125 coming into your wallet is a total of $1,125 in Bitcoin. You have enough now to take out Q4 for $250, which leaves you a balance of $875 plus the $925 for $1,800 in Bitcoin. Do you like that? Even Bitcoin looks better with a comment. I'm excited because you can actually get started and go to Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4, right? All at the same time, and your 5 can all agree to do exactly what you did, or you can do it $50, 75, 125, 250. Now that we're at the 250, you're going to receive those 9 payments. We're leveling up, ladies and gentlemen. 9 payments of 250 is 2250. You have enough to cover Q5, 500 coming out of that for 1750, for a total of 1750 plus the 1800. That's 3550 in Bitcoin. Do you like that? I mean, I think it's just incredible. Because wouldn't you agree that 30 days is going to come anyway? And 30 days with you not getting involved in Bitcoin, or 30 days with you getting involved with QTrex. Look at what can happen. In 30 days, you can have $3,550 in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, those same 5 people, we're all agreeing that we're leveling up. We're moving on up. And now we're at Q5, $4,500, minus going to Q6, 750, leaves us 3,750 plus the 3,550 from the other levels. That's a total of $7,300. Wouldn't you agree that 5 weeks or 6 weeks are going to come anyway? You can get started today and start earning Bitcoin today. So now at Q6, 750 times 9 payments is $6,750. You now have enough for Q7 to take out 1,000 out of that 6,750, which leaves you 5,750 plus the 7,300. You had $13,000 in Bitcoin in your wallet. Now here's the deal: for those that started with just 3 who get 3, you're at 6,050. Either way, we'll take it, right? What's in your wallet? Is it Bitcoin? I hope so, because here's the deal: at Q7 now, you're talking about $1,000 payment, right? 9 times. It kind of hit a little different now, right? So you now have 9,000 just on Q7, enough to take out Q8, 2,000, and still have 7,000 left over. Plus that 13, you're at $20,000 in Bitcoin. I love it. Q8, $2,000 times 9 payments. Everybody leveling up, right? 9 payments, 2,000 coming in, 18,000. You have enough to take out 5,000, go to Q9, 13 plus the 20. You had $33,000 in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, would you agree that 2 months are going to come anyway? You could do this. You could collapse the time frame and go to Q1 to Q4 together, or do what we're doing weekly and leveling up. $33,000 in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, we're leveling up again. Those same 5 are on the same agreement. And here we are now at Q9 at $5,000. 9 payments is 45 G's. You change it up when you get to 45, right? 45 G's. And now you have enough to cover 10,000 and still have 35,000 in Bitcoin just on the Q9 level alone, right? 35 plus the 33 is over $68,000 in Bitcoin. Q10 is going to net you 138,000 because you're going to get 10 payments, right? Of nine payments of $10,000, right? So now you have 138,000 on Q10, you have 268,000 on Q11, and you're going to have a total of 618,000 on Q12 doing the exact same thing. Taking your profits out and leveling up. We're all leveling up, ladies and gentlemen. And before you know it, we are in the upper room. And in the upper room, we're at Q13. We talking about 100,000. Some of y'all know about the upper room, right? You had 100,000. And now some of you, when you first saw the packages, you were wondering, who's going to pay $100,000, to do this, right? The same person that made 450,000 and had 100,000 take out of that, right? So that's where we are. Now you have 100,000 times 9 papers. We're all leveling up. And now we're talking about 1.5 million total. Starting out at $50, and we're working this thing all the way. Would you agree it's going to happen anyway? So how is your next few weeks and months going to look if you wake up 90 days from now, 6 months from now? If it took you a year, would it still be okay to make 1.5 million in Bitcoin? Hey, who's going to turn that down? Did I mention that it's all free? Because you're getting paid, right? You're leveling up, right? When Bitcoin has been given to you, you're leveling up, and more Bitcoin has been given to you, and you're leveling up. So you're earning Bitcoin and receiving Bitcoin for free. Imagine what you would have to do to get 1.5 million in Bitcoin. You had to pay 1.8 million because you're going to pay a premium on it. So I love the fact that we're able to get involved in this incredible platform and share with each other and leverage our giving and support each other in this incredible crowdfund. Ladies and gentlemen, these same 5 people are leveling up. And at the end of the day, all of it is being tracked in your back office. What you'll like about this is it's fully transparent. Remember, it's built on the blockchain, so you'll see your contributions hitting your wallet. $500, 125, 25, 50, 25, 25. 0.0032. When you see that and it turns into blue, now it's going directly into your wallet. These transactions are hitting the system and then they're being dumped into your wallet that you place in your back wallet that you have control of, and you don't have to draw it out, get permission to get it, none of that. It's in your wallet, and you can put it on one of these cards and take it right off of there if you want to. And also, it lines up with your wallet on your phone, on your device, or wherever you're keeping it, right? So it's going from the system to your personal wallet, and this is what it looks like, and you just line it up. You just match it up. You do an accounting of it, right? And just look and see how the Bitcoin is coming into your wallet. Again, over and over and over. You look here on the 15th. On November the 15th, that was a busy day. There was several transactions on that day. You notice that it was 6250 up to Q, lower Q, 0.0081 going into your wallet, 125 upper Q, lower Q, right? 0.000163 going into your wallet, 250, then what? 0.0326 going into your wallet. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 50% on the upper Q, 50% on the lower Q, and it's going into your wallet. And as you notice, these transactions are happening over and over again on the same day in some cases. Because guess what? How many times are we getting paid on our jobs right now? Once a week? Twice a month? 4 times a month? How do we get paid? Some people get once a month. Do you call that cash flow if you're getting paid once a month? I don't know. That's a slow cash. That's a drip. That ain't even flow, right? That's a drip. So here we're going to share with you, as you notice, the contributions are bigger, 750, 25, and you're still cycling, right? So you're going to get the 0.0026 into your wallet, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 0.1%. You're talking about 10% of a Bitcoin going into your wallet. Do you love it? I do. So here we are now. Let's look at this back office. They had 12 people in their downline. 12 people that they introduced to the platform. That 12 people generated 5,850 in Bitcoin to this individual. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Those same 12 people went up to 6,100 in Bitcoin. Those same 12 people went up to 10,650 in Bitcoin. Those same 12 people went over 11,175. Why? Because all we're doing is just leveling up. And guess what? People are cycling through the matrix and more contributions are coming in over and over and over again. Multiple partners are leveling up. Ladies and gentlemen, what about you? Your picture needs to be here, right? Let's change these pictures out and get some new pictures in here to see some things happening, because the wealthy understand Bitcoin. Matter of fact, Warren Buffett, he put out some best money advice. And one of the things that I really believe in is that it says save regularly and pay yourself first. Live below your means. Learn to make passive income, meaning that you don't have to show up to get paid. Diversify your investments, meaning Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Tron. Diversify. Okay, well, maybe there's some other things too, not just all Bitcoin. But you want to diversify your real estate, your gold, your silver. Diversify, and then find your passion. There are so many people that are living or that are working right now, and they're not living in their passion. They're not doing their passion. They went to school for one thing, and now they're just making a living to pay the bills. Are you doing what you're passionate about? What would it be like if you got money as an issue or Bitcoin as an issue out of the way? If you had as much as you wanted, what would you be doing? Would you be doing what you're doing now? I don't think so. We'd all be doing something different. We want to talk about dreaming again, ladies and gentlemen, because when we think about dreaming, when I was a little boy, I used to say that, boy, when I get in high school, I'm going to go where I want to go. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be who I want to be. And then I got in high school and found out it was just like elementary. I couldn't go and do what I wanted to do, couldn't be who I wanted, couldn't do none of that. I said, boy, when I get to college, I'm going to go where I want to go, do who I want to do, be who I want to be, right? See what I want to see. And then they told me to sit down, shut up, I'm late, class starts at this time, and I wound up being just like high school and elementary. So then I said, boy, when I start making my own money and get a job, I'm going to go where I want to go, do what I want to do, be who I want to be. What, ladies and gentlemen, I was dreaming, right? I said, I'm going to do all those things, and then I got a job, and they told me, Mr. Richardson, you're late. Sit down, shut up, clock in, start work, you leave for lunch and this. So I wasn't doing none of the things that I wanted to do. So then I said, when I retire, I'm going to go where I want to go, do what I want to do, be who I want to be, see what I want to see, and only found out that if you don't have money, if you don't have cash flow, if you don't have your health, then none of that's going to happen either. And then you're going to wind up one day saying, boy, when I get to heaven, I'm going to go where I want to go, do what I want to do, be who I want to be, Ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to wait till you get to heaven to start receiving the dreams that you dreamed about all your life. We can start dreaming right now. It can happen today. You can get involved in QTrex and make enough money to pay your mortgage next month. You can get involved in QTrex and in the next few short weeks be able to afford the car that you want to drive, live in the houses that you want to live, take the vacations and the trips and buy the things that you want for your loved ones and do philanthropic things and give money to your tithe, to your church, do all the things that you want to do. Because now you're dreaming again because you're making it happen, and you can do all that with QTrex. You can make it happen, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're not going to end up like Laszlo. Well, Laszlo actually didn't end up bad, but he made one bad decision that changed the world, right? On May 22nd, 2010, I always like to tell my story. This is my story, right? Telling his story. I believe that his family said, Dad, you got all this Bitcoin, and we can't even afford a meal. We hungry. Can you get us a pizza? Since you got all this, you're a millionaire in Bitcoin, which don't have no value. So Lazo put out a post and said that he would give anyone Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, right? Big pizza at that time was $30. So Lazo on May 22nd, which is known as Bitcoin Pizza Day around the world, because it was the first Bitcoin transaction that took place that actually exchanged something of value for Bitcoin. And on that day, when Bitcoin was less than a penny, Laszlo spent $30, which was 10,000 Bitcoins to get 2 pizzas. They didn't even give him a Pepsi. Just 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins, which today is over 200. This is old. It shows over 100 million. But today, 10,000 Bitcoin is over $200 million, all because Laszlo was hungry. And Laszlo said, hey, I didn't know. He didn't know that it was going to one day be $20-some thousand. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that we don't repeat that story. We want to make sure that we understand that Bitcoin, they're saying, could go over $300,000. You've heard it. It's been said. The wealthy have been talking about it. Let's not make the mistake that Laszlo did, but let's make sure that we get involved and fill up our wallets with Bitcoin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get you started. All you have to do is sign up for your free blockchain wallet. If you're in the U.S., international is Konomi. Create a wallet only. Don't be clicking in there, doing trading and all that stuff. Just create your wallet. Email, password, write it down for safekeeping. You'd be amazed at how many people switch that up and they get confused and forget their passwords. Check your email for validation, because you're going to get an email that's going to send you your blockchain identifier number. Make sure you keep that in a safe place along with your PIN that you set up, as well as your password. Make sure you keep that with your insurance papers, just in case something happens to you, your family can get your Bitcoin, right? Don't tell them too soon. They might do some stuff, right? So make a list of the people that you know. Everybody, don't prejudge, because everybody right now, we're in a special time. Would you agree that things are totally different than they were just a year ago? Would you all agree? Because now today, people realize that they just can't count on what? The government. They can't count on their jobs. They can't count on their health, because things change just like that. So what we can count on is sharing this with as many people as we can and telling everybody about this incredible platform. Keep it in contact with your team. Join our WhatsApp chat list group. You want to make sure that whoever put you on here, make sure that you find out about that group. And please, ladies and gentlemen, let's just keep QTrex information in that chat. That's what that's for. Not anything else. Keep all the positives there. Make sure that you know exactly what you're doing when you get there. And at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you secure and deposit enough BTC to cover the exact amount needed for your desired package coming involved in QTrex and covering your maintenance fee. You want to click get started now. Welcome to the journey, right? It's an incredible ride. You also want to go to www.potwnetwork.info, www.potwnetwork.info. There you will learn how to set up your platform the correct way. Do not put a lot of stress on people and try to explain it to them when they can go right here to www.potwnetwork.info and do it in the correct manner. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, QTrex is empowering people through life-changing BTC technology, and whatever you are thinking, think bigger, because this platform is not going anywhere. It's for you. It's for the people, by the people. So let's tell all the people about it, and let's crowdfund this QTrex, this Bitcoin blockchain platform and take it around the world. So make sure that you stay plugged in. Make sure you get those webinars, those Zooms out to everyone that you know. Let them know about it. You should just get good at inviting people to that. Don't try to explain it. We have plenty of webinars. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 12, 7 to 9. Tuesdays and Thursdays is 12 and 9. Saturdays and Sundays is 7 p.m. All those are Central Standard Times, but just make sure that you are plugging in and you are getting people on those calls. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure, again, as well as a privilege to share this incredible opportunity with you. My name is Claudia Fitzgerald Richardson Sr., better known as C. Rich, and I am signing off, and this call is officially over. Thank you, guys. Make sure you tell someone about this incredible program. All right.